Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say YOself, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. Ain't nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. But then it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it back. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Hey, body me LP, my wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you're my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world. Anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes,
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell that I'm still clumsy? Can you tell yet? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please do let me know that you can hear me. Just let me know you can hear me. If you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let's see. All right. I think we're live, right? We're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just loud and clear. Okay, thank you so much, D-Love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, we made it. I can't even begin to tell you, honestly. Okay, but let's just say we're here. We arrive. Shout out to all of you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. On your way in, do me a favor. Hit that like button and share. Ping everyone into the room. We have a lot of catching up to do. All right. Hit that like button. I'm missing about 5 likes already. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Let me just see here. All right. Good. And let me see here. Am I on the right audio stream? All right. I think I am. All right. Good. All right. Welcome back. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro studios. You'll be learning more about my Empire Pro very soon. Okay. I want to bring you all of you on board. Okay. I wanted to put some serious dent into this internet streets. Okay, together, and I'm setting something up. Okay, we're going to benefit from it. But anyway, this is Man of Prestige. Particularly, this is Man of Prestige, and over here we talk about relationships, self-power, social and emotional intelligence. Then we talk about seduction and attraction as well. All right. Then we also talk about love. All right. Those are the kind of things we kind of talk about here at Men of Prestige. But welcome. Let me make sure I am plugged in here before laptop dies on us. I'm a little clumsy. I told you. I'm a little clumsy. We haven't been here in what? How many days? A few days. But we made it. That's all that matters. You can download our book for free at loveandprestige.com, and you can also join the notification gang if you want to be notified by me when we do go live, or you can simply WhatsApp text this number on the screen. But let's get into it. We've got a few things that we want to cover today. All right, but before we do that, you know how I like to do it. I want to come to the chat and just do some quick shout outs. Again, shout out to Rejoice. That person was here earlier. I've pushed the time. How many times? Like 3 times already. But yep, we're here though. D-Love, shout out to you. I saw your comment earlier. Apologies with regards to the time shift all over the place. The safest time for me at this point is 10 p.m. at night. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But any of those other times, can be bumped anytime. Okay, so but I try my best to come here during the day, as much as I can whenever I'm free. And today, last night, as soon as I realized I couldn't do last night, I was like, you know what? I think tomorrow is open. And then lo and behold, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, it's not sure, right? But okay, but I made it 45 minutes later, But welcome. Shout out to Maddie Love. Good to see you. I see Tima. Tima is here. Shout out to you. Welcome. And I see Patricia. Welcome. I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. I'm blessed. Highly favored, right? I can't complain, right? But we're here, and we want to talk about this topic today. Let me bring the auntie to the stage. I've got about 13 other topics I want to talk about. I don't know how far we can go with it. Okay, I don't know, but we'll give it our best. Okay, but I've got some things I want to share with regards to Judy Austin and YOL EDOCHIE. Okay, we'll get some things we want to share about that. Let me see here. Let me pull the auntie to the stage here so we can put some face to what we're talking about, right? It's rough for her, you know, obviously, because that's the only way I can literally process what's going on. It's weird. It makes me want to say, who gave birth to these people? Jesus, like who? It makes me want to say, who raised you? Yeah. Makes me want to say, who raised these people? Honestly. Yep. That's her right there. Okay. It makes me want to say, who raised you? Right? Is this witchcraft? What kind of behavior is this? Now, I haven't checked if that page has been pulled out. As a matter of fact, because I heard that this was pulled onto this was posted onto YOL EDOCHIE's page. Now, let me bring you up to speed. What am I talking about? Okay, for those of you that may be visitors, brand new here, I think it's important that I bring us up to speed, right? But we have time today. I got time today. Okay, I don't know if you're rushing, okay, but I got time. Okay, I got time today. I'm trying to look through. Yeah, I don't think this is his page. Let me see. YOL EDOCHIE actor. Okay, I see the verified page with 4 point. Let me share this. Okay, so this is YOL EDOCHIE. In case you're wondering what this is, YOL EDOCHIE is one of the finest actor in terms of skills in Nigeria. He's a son to a Nollywood royalty, they call him, right? Peter EDOCHIE. And what was it, like a year ago now? He came out and he said, "You know what? This is my new son from my second wife," and everybody is shocked. We've done quite a few videos on this topic here, so you might want to go back and watch them. I'm not going to go all the way through everything, but basically, this person is the second wife. This person on the screen right now. I'm going to play that video again, just to see maybe there's something I missed the first time around. But I saw that video 2 days ago. I actually saw it while Auntie B was live, right? And I'm like, whoa, you know how you're watching something on your screen and then you're like, what the hell? Like this woman is crazy. I tried to send it to her, but she said she had seen it. And I'm like, Jesus. See, the kind of person I am, right? I always give the benefit of the doubt. I know that this is a vicious world. I say that here sometimes, right? And when people want to compete, they are ready to compete. They're willing to destroy everything in their path. Okay? Just to get what they want to get. Okay? So this is YOL EDOCHIE right here that you're looking at. That's his page. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay? So there's a video apparently that was posted here on this page. Oh, there you go. That's the video right there. I have the video right here. It's still posted May 7th. It was posted 2 days ago. It's still on the same page. I'm glad I came here because I wanted to play directly from here. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay. I know go make it. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? Jesus, not my papa. Let me know that you can hear it, okay? If you can hear it, let me know, and then we can start diving. I'm actually right here on the page where it was posted. I'm glad it was there. Wahala. Hey, Dara Music. Good to see you, Dara Music. At Fab Mom. I see you. Jetta down from WhatsApp. Oh, okay. So you're in there. That's awesome. All right. Good. I think she is going through it. I don't think normal people behave this way. Okay. I don't think normal people behave this way. Shout out to all the 26 of you watching me. Hit the like button, and don't be a stranger again. Before I went Mia for a few days because I needed to rest too. I had not seen you guys for a while, let's be honest. And I've been doing live from time to time. But I get it. We're here. So I'm happy, okay? I'm happy that you are here. Welcome. All right. But can you guys hear that? Yes, you can hear it loud and clear. So let's get into it. But first, let me just make sure. Okay, good. So let's get through it together. Okay. This auntie right here. Jesus Christ.
Why I know go make it younger? Why I know go make it younger?
What is why I no go make it younger? Doesn't that mean why would I not brag? Okay, so let me bring you up to speed. Before we continue, the first wife of this lady you're looking at right below on the screen. Let me make it a little bigger. That's May EDOCHIE. The one inside of the yellow box is May EDOCHIE. Okay, that's the first wife. That's the legal wife that he married. I don't know, over 15 years ago. Okay, they've had children. Okay, and just a few weeks ago, their first son together passed away. Literally just a few weeks ago, less than a month ago. Is it up to a month yet? Is it up to a month yet? I don't think so. Her son, 15-year-old son, their son together passed away. The second wife, so to say, they call her second wife. I think she's a side chick still, because I don't know why you would struggle this hard to enjoy unnecessary weird ass attention if you're truly a wife. Because you could be a fourth wife, you could be a fifth wife, you could be a third wife. If you're a wife, you're a wife. And your position is sure. If your position is so sure, why do you feel the need to behave like this in public? Right? And this is posted to his page. If he doesn't support it, he would have come out. Maybe his page is hacked or something. This is a verified page. He would have come out and say, hey, somebody hacked our page. I don't support that message. That's weird. So this is, I have to say, y'all is being weird too. But let's continue. So why I no go make younger means why will I not brag? Because apparently she just had she had a son, which was how she was announced as a second wife. But she apparently, reportedly, she just had a second son. And she's coming out on YOL's page to say why I no go make younger. It doesn't matter if this was posted by it doesn't matter if this was posted by, what do you call them, by a hacker, right? Why would you record this kind of video ever? Yeah, I will start calling her side chick. I think she needs to, because if you're a wife, your position is sure. Right? Even in the worst of scenarios, your position is sure. Why are you struggling so hard? This is why I have to agree with the person that said earlier. Let me find that comment. Yeah, it's still on the screen. Judy is going through it. This is madness. This is madness. It's crazy. Anyway, I want to continue the video. Let's see. Why I not gonna make it? Why will I not brag? Brag about what? That you have the son and the other person's son passed away? Is that the point here? I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on exactly? Let's continue.
Jesus now my papa, Mary now my mama, Holy Ghost now my darling. Why I know, why I know go make it younger. Why no go make it younger? Jesus na my papa, Mary na my mama, Holy Ghost na my darling. Why I no go make it younger?
So Mary Mary na her mama. So Mary na your mama. Okay, there are two types of people I want to talk to today. I want to talk to all the Judys out there today. Yeah, I want to talk to all the Judys out there today. But more importantly, I want to talk to you that you're watching me today. Okay, I have a message for you with regards to this.
He shock you.
This fairness game that you guys are trying to play out there, I want to play fair. You have to, it should be fair. Let's all be fair. Let's be honest. You have no idea what kind of world you're living in. Okay. In fact, the reason why I couldn't make it last night because we had some visitors and they're my in-laws. They took longer than I expected. So they're my in-laws. You know what time it was, right? And one of them said Tinubu, right? One of them said Tinubu, right? I'm gonna say it first of all in Yoruba.
Different from blue.
All of them said Tinubu, right? That the amount of blood on that man's neck, on that man's head. I mean, how would they say? That's how they say in Yoruba. and these people are here in my living room. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And these people, they were celebrating. They just got a green card. They get to stay in town and stuff. I was like, do you know how much AJ has been tassile for you to get that green card you are rejoicing over? I'm talking to you that you're watching me right now today. That fairness game and that honesty game I'm not saying don't be honest, okay? But if you think that's all it takes to win in life, or win in romantic love, or win in power, or win in this social construct, yeah, the Judys are coming for you. They don't care. I don't know if you realize yet. They don't care. And you might be like, oh, God is going to come for her too. Maybe, maybe not. Let me be honest with you right now. Maybe, maybe not. You can't count on that. You can't count on being here to see when it happens at least. Be guided. Let's continue. Okay.
I have a very big God.
I have a very big God. These same people will claim to have God. The same God that you are serving. Okay. These same people, right? These same people will claim. Okay. So you're going to pretend like right now that Tinubu and the Judys of this world and the Americas of this world will not go and kneel down. Remember coronation a few days ago. All the King Charles of this world, they're not going to go kneel down in front of God and thank God for allowing them to defeat you. Over here, we talk about power. We talk about seduction. We talk about attraction. Why? Because that fairness nonsense is not going to work in the real world. Okay? That same Bible or any other holy book you're carrying around will justify, maybe not justify, but somebody will use it to justify the BS. It's a lot more to these stories than doing the right thing. You do the right thing for you. That's a good thing to do. That's why it's good for you. She said, I have a very big God. She didn't want to argue with it. If you're arguing with her right now, you're arguing with your destiny. I'm not talking to Judy. I already spoke to the Judys of this world. Everything has consequences. So that's very simple. That part is actually very simple. Okay. Our choices. Everything has consequences. Okay? Everything. But am I the first person to say that to Judy? Right? I'm not the first one to say that to her. I'm just letting you know. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I have to share with you today. You're not going to hear this anywhere else. Okay? I want to dissect every word she's uttering. Okay? Let's see. Yeah. Karma or no karma, trust me, she's not having a good day. See, that's another good point. That's another good point. The people that are out here on the streets moving mad, it's not always about you. You really think you're special, but not that special, okay? Hey, baby, welcome. I'm live, okay? You think it's about you. But oftentimes it's not about you. These people have a lot of issues they're carrying around. So if you're in their way and you're just doing the right thing, you're just moving, they will just crush you, especially if you're over here fighting for fairness. Yes, some of them, not some of them, most of them, 99.999% will be people in your life. They won't, because right now, Judy to me, she's still a stranger. I don't think they know each other like that. But most of them are going to be people in your life, personally, in your life. Very important to pay attention to. Okay? So if she's already not having a good day, what should you do? Right? Because if she's not having a good day and you end up being a casualty of them moving mad, what do you want to do? Are you going to blame them for that? They're not even paying attention to you like that. Today I want to shed light on the reality of the world we live in. You can have an awesome life, absolutely. You can have a very, very good life, okay? But I need you to know that you need to protect yourself. And if you have a loved one or you have a relationship that you value, you need to protect and nurture it. Because as much as you may be caught up in your feelings sometimes, there's a lot of other activities, just activities of life that can happen and will put you in a very vulnerable position, and you may not have that, you won't have that room. You won't have enough room to save it. So you really can't afford to join them in moving mad. You can't afford to try to avenge yourself, because the person you're trying to offend or defend yourself against, they don't care. Let's go back to speaking of people don't care, right? They don't care. Let's get back to Judy really quickly, okay? I'll show you that she doesn't care.
Don't care. Don't.
Let's go back here.
Who is always by my side. A very big God. By my side, by my side. I have a very big God. Who is always by my side. A wonderful God. I have a very big God.
What is she trying to say? This is what she's trying to say.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't. I don't care. He shock you.
I'm telling you, you might not realize it yet. You might still be on that, but we should still do. No, absolutely. I just want you to be aware that when you're doing the right thing, or you're being a good man or being a good woman, the person that benefits from that is you. You want to be a virgin? You want to be a Holy Ghost? You want all these different things. That when the next person that claims to believe the same thing, when they have to protect themselves, if they have to protect themselves, if they are put in a position, not you putting them in the position, they just, for some reason, they find themselves in a position where they have to survive, you will collect.
You collect what?
Especially if you're blind to the reality of the human nature, or humanity in general, right? This is where people come to. People are disappointed about Baba Adeboye is praying for Tinubu.
Different from Balablu.
What are you disappointed about? That disappointment is coming from unrealistic expectations. Why are you disappointed? Okay? This is every human being, including myself. If there's a need to protect myself, That's what I'm going to do. There is a space for where you die for other people, you sacrifice for other people. There's a space for that. There's a space for that in real life. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Okay? Okay? But you need to be aware that the Judys of this world, they don't care. Okay? Your politicians, regardless of what part of the world you're in, they don't care. Okay? They don't care.
Don't care. Don't.
If they are coming off as they care, it's because it's embedded in their vested interest. And that's possible. And your job is to make your own safety their vested interest, including the partner you're living with. Your job is to bring value to other people so that them protecting you, them serving you becomes a vested interest on the other side. That is seduction. Some people are surprised that Sanwo-Olu is the favorite. Sanwo-Olu, not Ambode. Why did they kick Ambode out? When you don't understand power, you'll be kicked out. Let's continue. This auntie, we only covered.
He is always by my side. He's a wonderful God. He's always by my side. I have a very big God who is always by my side. A wonderful God by my side, by my side. We now, we now, we now, we now. Jesus, you don't win, oh. I say you go win forever. Wait,
oh, I know she said Jesus don't win, but did she mean she won? She's really trying to say she won. You know that, right? You know she's not really, she doesn't, wait. You know she really doesn't care about Jesus, right? Are you, you know, right?
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
You know she doesn't care about Jesus, right? You know, right? Because some of you, when they mention Jesus like this, you can't think anymore. You just, all you can think is Jesus. You can't, there's no need to think since somebody mentioned Jesus. The moment they mention Jesus, don't disrespect them because they mentioned Jesus. Some of you are like that, literally. Some of us are like that. We were raised that way. Are we paying attention?
Jesus!
You know that Jesus, this guy just called, he wasn't really calling Jesus, right? Right? Are you aware? Self-awareness. Are you aware? Abi, you just get carried away. She says she won. She says she won.
How, Sway?
What did she win? I beg. Somebody help me. Let me come to the chat. Jesus Christ. This woman. Now she win over the trolls wishing her evil as she still went and gave birth to her daughter recently. Wow. Wow. This is the world we live in, huh? Jesus Christ. You know I didn't mean Jesus Christ when I just said that, right? I'm just this is really what I'm trying to say. Honestly, I'm just shocked. Okay.
He shocked you.
Shock me. Look at her face. Look at the look on her face right now.
We know. Oh my God, you have won in my life. Oh, I say you don't win. Oh, you go win forever. Winner, are you a winner? For I am a winner. The Lord Jesus. Are you a winner? I am a winner. And oh,
So-
are you a winner? I am a winner.
She's dancing. So in our wildest world right now, y'all will wake up and we'll be like, y'all EDOCHIE will just wake up and we'll be like, I was dreaming. I don't know what happened. Oh, or okay, the other wildest dream is that he would just come and say, we were pretending I didn't really lose my son. I don't have a second wife. I just want to see how this world will react. In fact, I've been acting. In fact, all of this, since I'm an actor anyway, all of this were just acting. It was all a script, but we wanted to bring it to life because we must sell this movie in our wildest dream. You know, people always say, oh, it's just a skit. I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's a skit. People behave like this. It doesn't matter. Plus, it's not a skit. It's not a skit. People are mad, including like this. We're in everybody. There's a Judy in your family. Don't get it twisted. The people that would try to do this to you, they are the closest. I'm not saying go and be looking over your shoulder. I'm just saying when people move mad, believe them. Okay. Let's give them the benefit. Sure. Listen, you can't. I'm the one that give the benefit. I always Natu. Shout out to Natu. Matter of fact, before we continue, I don't know where is Natu. Natu, if you did there, say something, because I want to make sure you're here. Okay, let me know if you're here. Okay. It's crazy.
In the Lord, are you a winner? Are you a winner? I don't know about you, but I am a winner. In the Lord Jesus. I am a winner in the Lord Jesus. I am a winner in the Lord Jesus. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Father, I worship your name. I'll continue to praise and exalt your holy name because you are so wonderful to me. I really don't know where to start from. I don't know where to start from. God loves me so much. I know it might sound strange to a lot of people, but God loves me so much.
How? Why will it sound
I don't know if he loves anybody as much as he loves me. He loves me so much. You will not understand. They said it's who that wears the
Chukwu love Kamu. Does that mean he loves me? God loves me. Chukwu love Kamu. What's Kamu? Chin, you help me. I don't know. Honestly, Mark, Facebook owner, you have really exposed a lot with this social media. I'm telling you. It's crazy. Speaking of exposed a lot, I have a project coming up. I need you all to participate in it. Because this is a powerful tool. If you want to propagate, you want to push positive message, I have something coming up. So just pay attention, be on the lookout for that. And it's incentivized, okay? So pay attention. I want us to do this together because like I told you, I mean, if you don't know already, negative move faster than anything, especially in these social media streets, right? Particularly because you even look at this one, we have to address it now so that we can call it out, right? For what it is. It's BS, right? This is evil. It's just evil. That's all. We have to call it evil. There's no other way to describe this, right? All right? We could call it pretending until a whole grown boy, 15 years old, passed away, right? Literally just a few weeks ago, right? We could have been like, okay, they're all pretending, they're just trying to get clout. There's no real second wife somewhere, but we can't say that now. Why would they lie about this kind of stuff, right? Doesn't make any sense. Why would he not come out and say, hey, that stuff that was posted to my page was a mistake. We've taken back the page. We took it down. I apologize for that. Highly insensitive. Why would he not do that? 16 years old. Why would he not do that? Is it only Judy that's moving mad? There's a serious family crisis going on in that family. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And I just want you to be aware that this world is not just about, let's do the right thing. No, you need to be wise. The Bible said something about that somewhere. I'm not really a Bible scholar. Something about wise, meek, be meek. Something like don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Okay? There's something like that in the Bible. If you can help me out. I know what I'm trying to say. Be careful. The world we live in is a very, very dangerous world, but it's a very sweet world if you can figure it out. If you engage your power. Don't give your power away. How do you give your power away? Don't give your problems away. Stop asking people to fix your problems for you. Find out what they care about. Embed your own interest into their own interest. That's called seduction. Bring value to the world. When I say value, not in your own eyes. Because people are mad, including you and I. It's not as simple as right or wrong. It's never been that simple. And the Bala Blues of this world understand that.
Different from Bala Blues.
It's never been about just doing the right thing. That's your bare minimum. You're supposed to do the right thing. That's something you do for you. But for you to attach unrealistic expectations around the fact that you're a good person, you collect, oh.
Sure, well, let me.
And because of your unrealistic expectation, it will breed disappointment. There is no disappointment without unrealistic expectations. Okay? If my sibling, my brother, my sister, person I love, Chinye, Rebecca, Cherish, Olivia, if you guys are nice to me today, I appreciate it. It's a privilege. It's not an expectation for tomorrow. You can move mad tomorrow. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Child, there is God. Oh.
Because, let me tell you something about trust. Naturally, I'm trusting. Your track record allows, because of the human brain, I trust you, right? If you have a certain track record, I trust you accordingly, right? The more you have track record, I trust you, right? That's naturally, as a human being, who I am, no matter who you are in the world, right? Guess all it takes to break that trust? One mad movement, okay? That's all it takes to destroy it, right? But guess what it takes to rebuild trust back? Change behavior over time, right? We're all the same. We record jewelry, Lonnie, right? The madness, there's magnitude to it. There's levels to the madness, right? But we're really the same at the core. You want something from someone, engage your power. What is your power? Your power is not whining. It's not complaining, okay? In the name of, let me tell my story. No, you're giving away your power. Okay? You're giving away your power. You need to be very, very careful with giving away your power. When problems happen to you, that's your problem. Your power is inside of that problem. If you say it's somebody else's fault, you just give your power away, literally. And it's worse for you if you're a man. It's even worse. Oh, it is these people's fault. I get it. You want to call it out. You want to call it out for what it is. You just want to call people out for what they're wrong. I get it. I'm fine. I just want you to know that that's your natural instinct thing to do. It's your knee-jerk reaction, and there's no power in knee-jerk reaction. There's no power in it. Let's continue with Judy.
Shoes know exactly where it pinches. Also, someone, it's only me that knows. Just me. But God loves me so much. He has continued to fight all my battles. Hey, I want the whole world, I want the whole universe to worship God with me, because He has been awesome to me. I'm a special child. I am so special. From the time I was born.
She is special. I'll tell you that much.
youth.
But that wasn't a compliment,
Till I gave
right?
birth to all my kids. Even till this last baby.
She just hinted it for you.
God, I have
This last baby.
I've experienced a lot of things in this life. I actually started experiencing it from a very tender age. But you know, one thing is consistent with my life, and that thing is God's love. He has loved me.
Tell me your mama Gio does not talk like this. Don't stop the cap. Your mama Gio talks exactly like this. Okay? The same lingo. Okay? Stop the cap. The same lingo. They use the same exact lingo. Your mama Gio, your papa Gio, okay? They're all saying the same gibberish. They're recycling it since I've been born.
Stop the cap.
Since I've been born, they've been recycling the same talking languages, lingo. It is well. That's how evil people end their own statements too. They say, it is well. I say it is well too. I'm not telling you not to say it is well. I'm asking you to dig deeper. That's all I'm asking you to do. Dig a little bit deeper. She said God loves her. If you argue with her, you're arguing with your destiny.
All the way. Even when it seems like I won't make it, even when it seems like the trouble around me will swallow me whole, somehow I
Wow.
go through. Somehow I will still be at the top. I don't know how that happens, but I don't have to know, because God works in mysterious ways. He has truly.
Somehow she will still be at the top, she said. You know, the lame arguers, debaters were saying, but she didn't mention him. Did she mention him? But she didn't mention him. If I didn't mention him, why would you claim anything? Right? I didn't mention him now. Did she mention him? This is what lame people do. Okay? Did she mention him? No, she didn't mention him. So she can still talk. What is wrong? She's just speaking her mind, right? Wahala. Social emotional intelligence, power intelligence, self-intelligence, right? How mad do you need to be to really be disconnected at that level, right? Like, you know, somebody said, but oh, there's timing for everything. Right, there is timing for everything. So think about a person. There are two possible things. It's either she's that mad, right? Or she's completely a socially awkward person. She doesn't pay attention to what's going on around her. Either way, both scenarios are dangerous. Either you're that much of an evil person, or you're completely like socially awkward like that, right? The only thing about her is that we're seeing this. She's telling who she is. A lot of people will now reveal themselves until they completely destroy everything you've been cooking all your life. But there were signs. What are the signs? They're socially awkward. They're always saying, but I didn't really mention names. You know, let's speak in logic. Only logic. Forget emotions. They've been speaking like that all along and you don't pay attention to it. Right? You have to wait until they sing like this to the public, like Judy, before you realize. When people are socially awkward, before they engage you at any kind of level, especially romantic relationships, send them to a coach, a counselor, a therapy first. You will collect. You might like it right now. Oh, I like when a man stand on his feet and speak his mind. You will collect. You will be on the receiving end of it. It's only a matter of time. Let's continue.
Truly shown me that I'm his number one. If I want to talk about what I've
wait. I think she meant YUL.
Because God works in mysterious ways. He has truly shown me that I'm his number one.
She was talking about you. She was talking about you.
If I want to talk about what I've been through in my very tender life, very small, like if I really want to talk about my blessings, I don't think we're going to go today. God has truly been awesome in my life. Anybody around me will tell you, every prayer point that I've ever written down, God has answered every single one of them. Every single one of them. And you know what? He can do it for you. He can do it for you. You see, we have a lot of problem, poverty, war in the world now. We have a lot of things going on. So it tends to make people lose faith in God. It tends to make people, once they dig in here, pray, nothing, they move to the next place. That's not how to worship God. If your faith is not 100% in Him, then you won't experience what I'm experiencing. I am.
Hey.
I'm here today because I have 100% faith in God Almighty, in Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He's my one and only. And I brag with my God. If we chim,
House, wait.
Ayé yìí ó le o. Ayé yìí ó mà le o.
He shock you.
Ayé ó le. That's another song entirely. Let me leave you alone. Jesus Christ. She's singing again. Oh. Translators, I beg.
I brag with Holy Spirit because He has done so much for me. He fights my battle as if I'm a princess, like I'm a queen, like I don't have to ever stray. Just sit down, let them come. I'm with you. Anybody that tries with me, the Holy Spirit scatters them. How special can you get? This is it. This is the height of being special in God's arm. I'm His number one. I am God's number one. God, I thank you. I thank you, Jesus. I thank you.
I just saw a jump cut. This is what a jump cut looks like. Let me show you.
This is it. This is the height of being special in God's arm. I'm His number one. I am.
Did you see that jump cut? That means they actually sat down and edited this video and put it out. Hey. No, Kemi says scatterwoo. As statements are loaded. No, if the lame ones will not see it. She didn't mention name. As long as she didn't mention name, be logical. As long as she didn't mention name, she's not talking to nobody. She's bragging again, eh? Means I brag with my God in this earth. I just want you to pay attention, that's all. Just pay attention. Pay attention not to Judy. You have to catch this kind of behavior in the beginning. Okay? If they can't see through logic, if all they can see is ones and zeros, black and white, you gotta be careful. If someone is socially awkward, they're actively trying to discount the idea, the fact that we're social and emotional beings. Don't get caught up in your emotions. After all, they didn't mention your name, right? If they keep doing that, yeah. Somebody said, please play Zazu sound. You know what we do with that, right? Which one? By the way, Let me see. Okay, I know what you mean.
Wala.
Wala. Ah, Lord. No, it's not funny. By the way, it's not funny.
God's number one. God, I thank you. I thank you, Jesus. I thank you, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I thank you, Lord God Almighty, for all you have done for me, for all you've been doing for me, and for all you are yet to do for me. I thank you. God, I thank you. God, I thank you. See, just have 100% faith in God and forget the rest. Have 100% faith in God. No matter what is happening around you, it means nothing.
How, Sway?
They say one with God is with majority. You don't have to be with the world. You don't have to be with people. People are wicked. Yes, so people, they wish you bad. They want you to die. So you don't have to hope. You don't have to try. You don't need people's validation. Just once you have God's validation in your life, you are good.
All right. Another sign of social awkwardness. Okay. Let's come back. I need a sound effect. Oh. You don't need anyone's validation in your life. That's another thing that socially awkward, lame people are throwing around. That statement has context. Okay? You can't just run around town and say you don't need people's validation. No. If you're moving mad, you in particular needs people's validation. We need to tell you that you're wrong, you're right, you're off, you're weird, okay? You're evil, okay? And no, you can't hide under you don't need people's validation. In fact, you especially, you need validation. Okay, you need us to validate your next move because this is why I push a lot against a lot of rhetoric. Things like love is not enough. Did you set boundaries? Did you like what do you mean? Ask people what do they mean. Oftentimes they just lack tolerance. They are bad for any kind of relationship. You might not be able to tell right now until you hit rock bottom. Remember the session we did about is this rock bottom for you? Remember that? You might need to go watch that again. You never know if it's rock bottom or yet. Only them can tell. Rock bottom is that moment where you say enough is enough. I don't know what that point is. Some people, it will never come. Literally, they have to completely self-destruct. Okay, and then their family will carry on. That's how it is for some people. Some people, all they need is a little taste of reality, and they'll be like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm changing my direction right now. Some people, they have to collect shani. They have to collect. Crazy. For sure.
If you are with God, you are with majority. There is nothing you will lack. I put to bed in the midst of
wait.
With God you are with majority. You don't have to try. You don't need people's validation. Just once you have God's validation in your life, you are good.
Some of you need us to validate your next move. Oh, you don't know how to move. Don't be telling yourself lies. If you are moving a certain way and the whole world is saying, what you're doing, like it's not hard enough, you might want to pay attention. I don't need validation. I don't really conform to people. I just do what you will collect. Okay, the sad part is that there's probably going to be casualties because you're moving mad too. Well, that's the real world. Everyone needs to be protecting themselves, sadly. Okay, I don't listen. I believe there's karma, but I don't ask people to count on it. Because who's counting who's karma? We don't know if it's karma for your 2-3 generations ago. What you're calling somebody is doing something to you right now. We don't know if you're suffering something that happened 4th generation ago. Okay? You might not collect your own karma right now. It may be 4th generation from now. You read the scripture up to that point, right? All you can do is have some wisdom in this life. Oh, I'm telling you. That's all you can do. It's an ecosystem. Okay? It's an equilibrium that needs to be accomplished. And somebody's going to be in the way of that and will be crushed. Oh, all this bloody BT. If you are in America and the UK, you are talking about blood. You are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. Let's be honest. Okay? Get yourself off of that pedestal. Okay? Awareness is all I'm asking. You don't need to be perfect. No one is asking anybody to be perfect. Just be aware of these things. Okay?
If you are with God, you are with majority.
I can hear somebody say, are you going to tell Judy ever that she's wrong? Okay, she's wrong. Are you happy? Can we talk about everything else now? Let's keep going.
There is nothing you would lack. I put to bed in the midst of, I put to bed when it seems as
when somebody else lost their own son. Is that what she's trying to say right now? What is she trying to say? Onkalulu.
lack. I put to bed in the midst of, I put to bed when
somebody else lost their son.
Lack. I put to bed.
When? What happened when you put to bed? Or around the same time? What happened? Tell us. What is she trying to say? Everybody know what she's trying to say yet? Yeah, clearly that's not true because she just posted it through YOself's page. When all the trolls were tormenting her, what about the boy that passed away? Isn't that around the same time? Or did that not? Is that not one of the events around that same time? Someone said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with polygamy. This is polygamy. This is playing out in front of us right now. There's nothing wrong with polygamy, but this is playing out in front of us right now." Did she do anything wrong? No. That's the key. That's the key. You don't have to actually do something wrong before you create wrong outcomes. You don't actually have to do anything wrong. Being careless is not necessarily wrong. You're just careless, reckless, low on wisdom. Fuck that emotional intelligence stuff. What's that? All this, we just want to be emotional. You don't have to be intentional to create wrong outcomes. You could just completely disconnect from life, the reality of life, which is the fact that we are social beings, we're emotional beings. There is always power dynamics at play. You can choose to, power is me and you against the world, or you can me against you, your partner, right? Which is obviously terrible. You really should stay single if that's how you think, right? And yes, if that's how you think, you're already inside of it, you might want to become single. There's nothing wrong with that too. Because you're not going to create anything good out of it, right? But power, emotions, social. This is the reality of our experience as human beings. And all of that is meaningless if you lack self-awareness. Because you probably can't comprehend what I just said, and that's sad. Because you collect.
Put to bed in the midst of, I put to bed when it seems as if it won't happen. That is God.
Oh, when it seems as if it won't happen. Oh, okay. She didn't say that. Now she's free to go, right? Yeah? Is that how that works?
He came through for me. He made sure that I am fine. Jesus Christ of Nazareth made sure that Judy, that I am fine. And then I came home with my baby. And then I came out and my baby came out. Go and ask around that so many people have died from this.
Ha!
But I got...
Ha! Did she just talk about my... She said so many people have... You know that person that's giving testimony in church. That person that's giving testimony in church. Never mind that somebody just passed away yesterday. They completely lack, as long as they take care of God, nothing else matters. That's an oxymoron. You cannot take care of God if you don't know how to take care of the people around you. It just doesn't work. Miss She said, good to see you. Don't be one of those people. Okay? No, as long as God is happy with me. No, you're full of shit. God is not happy with you. You're a liar. A liar. Okay? If you can't see God through the image, see God through humans, you're a liar. You're just a liar, like the rest of them. Okay? You're a hypocrite. Oh, Lord. If you ever wonder what it looks like to lack emotional intelligence, you're looking for extreme of it, this is it. You're looking for an extreme so you can truly understand it. Lack of social intelligence, lack of emotional intelligence, right? You're looking at it right now. Obviously, lack of self-awareness. Okay. This is just study this video, watch it over and over again, and try to understand it. It's like how, like, she's not doing anything wrong per se, but how can this create wrong outcome in the millions? How many people are following this page? How can this create the wrong outcome in the millions? Okay, something to pay attention to. What do I mean by the millions? This guy has 2.6 million monitoring spirits on Facebook alone. All these different interpretations, right? This is just my interpretation. This is all this is, just mine, right?
And I come out and I'm still bouncing, I'm still enjoying, I'm still laughing, I'm still dancing every day. God loves me, and I'm here to tell you today that if you trust God with all your heart, pray and believe that He heard you. Don't just pray and now wait ahead. He has not done it. No, all my prayer points, I don't even know when He does them. I'll just wake up one morning and I'm like, wait, oh, I now have this. I remember when I was still praying for this. That's faith talking. That's faith speaking. I want the whole world to hear me today say that God is good. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is good. Holy Spirit is good. And if He can do all this for me, He can do it for you too. If He has been blessing me, He can bless you too.
Wow.
Okay? The God that answered by fire, He will be my God. The God that answered by fire, He will be my... The Lord that answered by fire, He will be my God. The God that answered by fire, He is my God. The God that answered by fire, He will be my God. The God that answered by fire, He is my God. The God that answered by fire, He will be my God. The God that answered by fire, He is my God.
Wow. It shocked me. I can't lie. Because the version that I saw on Tunde Ednut's page, it wasn't the full thing. Wow. Yeah, like a big old wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, we haven't seen the last of the YOL EDOCHIE story. There's more of it that's gonna come. It's literally, I hate to say it this way, the gift that keeps giving. Yeah, polygamy is number one. It's nothing to be fantasizing about, okay? Because if you recall, we always start the lessons with self, right? Self-intelligence, right? You know, so if we have to put in that much work into self, understanding self. I do have a 30 days challenge coming up, okay? A 30 days challenge is for you. It's called a 30 days challenge. It's called a 30, what's the name of? It's called a 30 days smart relationship guide, okay? You all will have access to it. Okay, it's called the 30 Days Smart Relationship Guide. All right, so you will see that I'm consistent. The first step is self. Okay, the first step is self. The last step is some type of maintenance. Okay, because this is a journey. There's no destination. Oh, I've been happily married for 35 years. I've been happily married for 5 years. Okay, this is a journey. Okay, it's about day to day. If you can be happy today, that's all you need to do. You don't get under unnecessary pressure with anybody, with what something is supposed to look like. But we have a lot to talk about in that 30 days. So I want you to look out for it. Okay, I will let you guys know once it's ready, and then you guys can engage that. It's 30 full days. Okay, for a challenge that I want to put you through. Yes, it will be available for free. Okay. But these are some of the issues that you need to pay attention. It's the same issues, at the very core. It's the same issues, when you look at it. And what you see right now today, what I just did with this analysis we just went through together, is what it looks like when you see the extreme of it, right? You will see a bunch of men that don't know anything about polygamy, fantasizing about polygamy. You see a bunch of men that can't keep a household, trying to advise people how to keep a household. You will see a bunch of men that haven't really practiced anything out here, having extremely strong opinions. You will see a lot of women that's completely disengaged from their essence, from the essence of being a woman, with respect to the reality of the human experience. Okay, disconnected from their feminine energy. Okay, and you will see them trying to help themselves but ending up more and more in the poto. Okay, there's a lady on YouTube. Her name is Chloe _ find her. Okay, if you're here and you're a woman, I want you to go find her. Okay, so you guys saw Shawn that came here the other day. I recommended her to Shawn. She has no face, but she has a YouTube channel. Chloe _ check it out. Okay, when I over explain the feminine energy to you, it will put you in a position where you have to overthink, and that puts you in masculine energy all over again. So it's a very delicate thing. It's going to involve practice. It involves that's why I'm creating a 30-day program for all of us, because you can't change bad behaviors overnight. The least of our issues is Judy. Judy is an extreme. Most of you are not going to be extreme. You're going to show these traits in very, very mild ways, and they're just as destructive. Even worse, it's like a slow deletion over time. It's worse. Okay, so I don't even want you to worry too much about a Judy or an extreme situation like EDOCHIE. Most of you are not gonna be in that situation. Most of you will end up with same behavior but very mild ways, right? But even like he has the worst, because you really think you're good. Everything is good until you enter into a space where your sense of security is being tested. Yeah. So, gracious greatness, shout out to you. What's going on? It said, yeah, faceless YouTubers. I watch Chloe too and put myself in the male perspective. Chloe is solid. Check her out. Don't go now, but after, check her out. I don't know who that person is personally. I have a feeling she might be connected to some people I know, but just a feeling. Yeah, that's the closest to it. But yeah, we have some additional things that I want to cover today. I have some other topics I want us to cover today, So, yeah, we have some, yep, let's see. Yep. Hey, if you've gotten any kind of value today, please support. No matter how small, super chats will be welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that when you do that. Okay, but I have to work. So right now I have more work to do. I have some more topics to cover today before we leave. I do have plans to come back here at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so but for today, let me just say I've got a few more topics to cover, and I want you to all stick around for it. They are very interesting topics, and I'll be right back. All right, so this next topic is a very short one. We hit 2,500 subscribers. 2,500 subscribers, right? We've been working. How did we do it, right? You don't have to be a YouTuber, okay? I just wanted to bring you up to speed with what we're doing here on this platform in about 3 minutes or so before I get on to the next topic, okay? 2,512 right now. That's what we have. Okay, so we're working, and we hit that 2,500 some few days ago. But I was like, whatever. It was like 24.99 or something, 24, and then it went all the way back to like 24.97. I said, witchcraft. They don't arrive. Yeah, whatever. But generally, I posted something on the wall on the community page. Right, thank you so much for that, team. I appreciate you. I posted something on the wall about not being attached to outcome and just focus. Don't be attached to the outcome. Of course you have to check your results, but don't be obsessed with it. But before we continue that, I want to say thank you to every one of you, every single one of you that I've supported. Okay, I want to say thank you. Okay, because let me be honest, I'm like you, okay? If I don't feel some sense of encouragement somehow, somewhere, even if it's just showing up, even if it's that one person. I remember when Just Jay used to be the one person. There was one time, what's his name? Owolabi Aziz used to be that one person. He's a big YouTuber. I mean, he's fairly bigger than me. He'll be the one person watching, right? But we just kept going, So, and I've had a lot of experience like that over the last 20 years for me personally as an adult. And so I was coming from a place of, I've seen that, when you just focus on the journey, right? There's an end goal result, right? But in terms of counting every day, you check it, but you go back to work, right? But don't be obsessed, right? And that's what, to me right now, 2,500 is like, it's like 1 million subscribers in my eyes, okay? I do have another platform with 3,500 on it, but not this topic. Not this niche, So it tells me that 2,500 people at some point said, I find what he's saying interesting. I want to see more, even if they disagree with me. And that is a big deal, okay? So thank you, Tima, for that $20. I appreciate you. You know what time it is, right? All right, good. So, and I want to say a special thank you also to Auntie B, because she gave us our first intentional, deliberate, viral moment where she said she was literally edifying this platform, So I want to say thank you to her for that, for the for shouting us, and of course from time to time as well, So, and we have some we had some amazing moments here, And I just want to say thank you to everybody and all the members, and all the supporters, Gracious Greatness, Natsu, Chinye, of course, D-Love, like all of you, okay? All of you, because I can't start to mention, there's just too many people. Somebody said, I forgot what the person said, but I'm like, wait, I don't have fans, I have supporters. At 2,500, I can't be delusional. You guys are supporters. Let's be honest, okay? Maybe once we get to 1 million subscribers, in actuality, then you say some people are just fans because they're not, because there's only so many people I can connect with. But right now, I know every single one of you, okay? I know if you're here from time to time, I know every single one of you. And I want to say thank you for being, I don't know every single one of the 2,500. What I'm saying is that the regulars, I know every single one of you. And I want to say thank you. Congratulations to you, okay? Because you want to be able to say, hey, I was here when it was 2,500 and I wanted to take some time off to really celebrate that, okay? And I think it's important that I do that, okay? And I don't care if the numbers dwindle all the way down to 0 right now, okay? But I care about those that are left here to celebrate this moment with me, because you understand that the purpose is a lot greater. The purpose for me is that people live a quality life, okay? Ultimately, I want you to have a quality life. The goal is not marriage, okay? Marriage is just, it's an institution, it's a tool along the way to help if you connect with it in that way to help you have a quality life. But you can't have a quality life inside marriage if you don't have a quality life first, if you don't know how to do that first, okay? Granted, like I always say, some of you are going to end up in it first before you really learn how this works, and that's fine too, as long as you understand this is a journey, right? Then you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. In fact, every mistake you make will be a stepping stone for you, and that's how life works in reality. Like people that try to avoid mistake or avoid bad, it's like they're missing out, because there's no such thing, honestly, so, and that's what Man of Prestige represents. Prestige doesn't mean you're just perfect. It means it's like you're striving to be to be the best you can be, and that's a journey, and that's the beauty about it. So again, I want to say thank you. Let me see if there's anything else that I find interesting here. Okay, this video right here, we've had some really, really cool viral moments, but we're working. This is the back right here. This is the analytics right here, okay? You can see the journey is weird. Like over the last month, you see the ups and downs. That's how life is, okay? It's literally ups and downs, and sometimes it's to feel flat, okay? This is the reality right here. $160 in super chats. Thank you for all your support, all that stuff. I like to show this so you can know, right? 90 days, right? But lifetime, you could see the emotional roller coaster here. Okay, you can see that, right? This is how life is. Okay, so for those that want to be logical and it's just a straight line to go upward in life by avoiding all the mistakes in life, yeah, you will collect, because that's not how life works. Okay. But if you know how to appreciate every little thing, gratitude, God, GPS, purpose, self, GPS, gratitude, purpose, self. If you pay attention to that, just every little thing, you appreciate it, no matter how small, right? Yoruba people say, anybody dupe ore ano ari migba. That's literally how life works. Because even at a mental level, emotional level, self, right? Just this attitude of gratitude is hard for anyone to not want to associate with that. It's harder work, right? But a lot of people just move like nothing is ever enough. So what they do, they attract what they fear the most. They continue to attract their own results because they are focused on, and they particularly pay attention to all the negative side of their results. So I just want to say, hey, again, thank you. I appreciate you if you're here. Okay, I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate the trolls too. They somehow hide behind the scenes and then come out every now and then. but I appreciate all of it. Because again, if I say any one little thing and you find it interesting, that's the point. I want to shake up your own thoughts. I want to shake up the way you think about life, and maybe hopefully you gain a little bit of insights, not directly from turning what I say into religion. I do create culture level, culty type of things, like for example, the self-power. I do create those things so you can resonate. But ultimately, I want you to be able to think for yourself and create the life that you want. Okay, particularly even some of the gentlemen, what I tell, like, stop complaining about the life you don't want. Shout out to Miss Faith Oyedepo. She put out a post the other day, something to do. Stop watching what you don't want. I know it's difficult, but you're going to attract what you're watching for the most part. That's just the reality, okay? All right. Shout out to Chi for the $5, $5. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, Chi. You know, you're my G. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what time it is? All right, let's talk about Dr. Umar on this Ebony K Williams stuff. Let's get back to business, right? Oh, wow. So the Ebony K Williams, would you date a bus driver? This issue continues, the saga continues. And I wanted to bring us up to speed with what's going on with that, okay? Before everybody started calling the cap, can we brag? We can yanga. Right, young guy that we called her out that she was capping big time. She had the right to her preferences. They asked her, Miss Iyanla Van Zandt asked her, would you date a bus driver? She gave, in my opinion, a honest answer that she has the right to. She said, if he owns the bus, even though I think that's shooting herself on the legs too, but oh well, because the person owning one bus is not really good enough. But you know, she had you know, there are a lot of people that have had a lot to say about it. I think majority of the pushbacks are just a bunch of men overreacting as usual, which is given. But I think it was worth the conversation, you know. I think it was worth the conversation. So let me share my screen really quickly. Let's see. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's go to it. There's so many people that have stuff to say about Judy too, but we'll leave that alone. Let me go here. Let me know if you can hear.
About who Ebony K Williams is dating. Let's throw that over to the side because it's irrelevant.
That's your preference.
And
I agree.
And
Right.
Who gives a fuck, right? So now let's talk about my real work in this world, the work God has called me to do, which is to always sit in a posture of elevating, advancing, and offering options to Black Americans for us to have a first-class existence. So when I talk about a permanent Black underclass, that's something that I talked about in the response video that Weezy citing.
Stop the cap.
A lot of people felt away about that. What the fuck does she mean, a permanent Black underclass? What I mean is the data. So I sent Charlemagne a bar graph from the U.S. Census yesterday, and it listed about 50.
Wait, do you remember her saying she wasn't talking to anybody, something to that effect? You know, get out of your feelings, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Get out of your feelings. We're just going to pretend that some people are not going to be engaged in their feelings with calling them underclass, right? Okay.
15 different global identities. So again, you got to zoom out for this. This is not about Black folks and white folks in America. This is global. At the top of that, y'all, this is earnings. Indian Americans earn more than anybody else in America. At the very bottom, Black Americans. It's like they were owning.
Yeah, of course, Black Americans, right? At the very bottom, Black Americans. So let me shame you. Let me shame you to building yourself. Shaming does not work. While shame could be a good thing, it's a product of other things, like a value system, right? But shaming to replace the value system does not work. This is another example of it. Blaming does not work. Here's an example of it. Okay? It doesn't work. What you're going to have is a bunch of crybabies overreacting to it. And rightfully so. It is what it is. That's how humans, for the most part, operate. If you tackle them where it hurts, they're going to complain about the hurt. Okay? And for you to expect otherwise is unrealistic expectations too. Yes, I do it too sometimes. It's unrealistic expectations. I might use it to provoke people into certain part of their brain, but ultimately I hope I deliver some kind of value. Because that right there is not the value. Shaming people is not the value. Okay, we can call attention with it. We can get some attention with it. That's about it. That's how good it. So if you're not delivering value after that, you're just wasting energy and time. At best, you're getting views, maybe attention.
Earning about $100,000 per year per average. Not at this point. Who gives a fuck about who Ebony K?
All right. So, wait. Why is he not talking?
I better not find out your ass was swimming in the milk. Charlemagne and Envy today. Very well spoken sister. What's her name? I seen her. What's the sister's name?
This is Dr. Umar.
Ebony K Williams. Well spoken sister. She made some great points, but dear Ebony, that's not what
Dear
she was
Ebony.
talking, sweetheart.
That was cap,
That's not what
Ebony.
she was talking.
Stop the
You
cap.
was on some talented bullshit, and you tried to take it back to the community this morning, sister. See, we can't talk out both sides of our mouth. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth, sister. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth. I didn't disagree with much of what you said today, but that's not what you said the other day, sister. You was talking down to working class blacks. You are a bourgeoisie.
Bourgeoisie.
You are a bourgeoisie feminist, and I hope to God you wasn't engaged to a white man, because I thought somebody said you was engaged to a white man.
By the way, this guy cap a lot too.
Ebony, I saw that sister on the Breakfast Club this morning. What's her name? Erica K. Williams. What's the sister who was on there with you? If I find out your ass was swimming in the milk, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for you, sister. Because what that tells me, if you were with a damn Neanderthal snow puppy, then you're telling me at the end of the day, you are trying to condemn black men to justify dating white. If you are an interracial dater, if you are a bunny hop.
Somebody said, why should we call out that she's dating white? It doesn't matter that she's dating white. About 30 million people will tell you that it matters by their behavior and you should pay attention to that, right? There's some depending on what position you are in, okay? If you are a certain, how do I say this? There's certain positions you are in that basically disqualifies you from saying certain things about certain people. This is the reality of life. Now, can we stop you? No, we can't stop you. Right? So, for example, you cannot be a 16-year-old single person and be having extremely strong opinions about marriage. You can, but it's basically invalid. Okay? It's invalid, right? So, there's nothing wrong with you dating a white person, right? But to completely find yourself in a position where you're rightfully, I know you want to be right, you're throwing all of black men under the bus. Yeah. While you are right with what you said.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. But you go collect. Yeah. Oh, Laura Ebony. You know, this is part of emotional and social intelligence. Okay, let's continue.
Then what you are telling me is your whole diatribe, your whole rant against black men driving the bus was a justification so you can date a white man. I hope that ain't the case. I hope that ain't. You spoke well today, my sister.
She spoke
well. You still
well.
didn't deal with collective work and responsibility, though. I still heard a lot of Eurocentric individualism.
What is that?
I still heard a lot of Eurocentric individualism.
Eurocentric individualism.
And I don't know where you've been getting your reports from, sweetheart.
Oh,
but we got
what is that? Self-preservation?
I better not find out your ass.
Is that self-preservation? Eurocentric individualism. Yeah, you can't discount self-preservation too. I see that you're trying hard there. That's a community thing, right? I appreciate that. Community is everything, and the stuff we're working on is going to be a community building ourselves, by the way. But yeah, I smell cap.
Ass was swimming in the milk. If I find out your ass was swimming in the milk,
I'm
lose a lot of respect for you, sister. Because with that,
why?
If you were with a damn Neanderthal snow puppy, then you're telling.
Oh, because she's commenting disrespectfully, knowing that she's swimming in the milk, not because she's swimming in the milk, right? Because she's making comments. Okay, I see what it's saying. I mean, like, come on, I agree with him on that.
Me, at the end of the day, you are trying to condemn black men to justify dating white. If you are an interracial dater, if you are a bunny hopper, then what you are telling me is your whole diatribe, your whole rant against black men driving the bus was a justification so you can date a white man. I hope.
By the way, white men drive bus too, just in case you haven't seen it in your neighborhood, they do too, but yeah.
That ain't the case. I hope that ain't. You spoke well today. 1 million Africans with college degrees unemployed. We got 2 million Africans with college degrees unemployed because you was doing a whole lot of pushing college. You was doing a whole lot of pushing college today.
Well, I think we should continue to push college. It's still the standard of our society. I understand it. You know, I also came out with a master's degree and start telling everybody like it's not worth it. But honestly, it's not the job that you get from it, especially if you don't know anything else you could be doing. Okay, it's not the job that you actually get from college. There are many other advantages of going to college and coming out. The only thing I don't like is the school loans. Don't be collecting school loans if you don't have a goal. Okay,
like it's some form of upward mobility. I'm sorry, Sister Ebony K Williams. College is not an opportunity for 21st century Africans.
What?
College is not an opportunity for 21st century Africans.
That is a myopic way of thinking about college. But yeah.
It's putting us into debt to the banks, my sister.
Well, like I just said, I don't like the idea of collecting school loans. You need to explore ways to go to college for free. And there are. You just have to ask questions, okay?
Ebony K Williams. So where is your solution for collective group economics? I didn't hear none of that. All I heard was European, Eurocentric, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, individualism. That's all the hell I heard this morning. I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
These Baba always fall on the other extreme too, and I don't like extremes in general. They have a hard time thinking about the layers. They're just thinking one way, you know.
I wish I was at the Breakfast Club today with Ebony K Williams. I had a few comments and questions for my sister.
Why? So you can collect a bunch of shaming too, like envy.
Unemployed. We got 2 million Africans with college degrees unemployed because you was doing a whole lot of pushing college. You was doing a whole lot of pushing college today, like it's some form of upward mobility. I'm sorry, Sister Ebony K Williams. College is not an opportunity for 21st century Africans.
Oh, stop the cap.
No
Stop the cap.
I love my sister. I love my sister. Don't get me wrong now. She said some good things today, but she departed from the original.
See, you're right.
She was pushing on our working class Africans the other day. She departed from her attack on
Shout out to
black
Gorex
males
Corner
with blue collar
Thank
jobs.
you, sis.
Ebony K Williams, do you know that you got plumbers who make more money than doctors? Ebony K Williams, do you know you got carpenters who make more money than surgeons? Ebony K Williams, do you know you got chefs who make more money than engineers? You got plumbers who make more money than architects.
That's the exception. Plumbers that make more money than whatever is exceptions. As usual, see, extreme people always, they have the same problems, okay? Ebony and him they have the same problem, okay? So if you want to keep it at the same point, like, hey, you don't want to date a black man, it is what it is. You don't want to date someone of a certain lower class. Preferences are okay, are perfectly fine with me, especially knowing that they come with consequences too. Okay, it is what it is. Excuse me, I'm drinking sugar. Stay away from drinking sugar, right? But this Baba, no one here.
Not a single group solution. A whole bunch of feminism and European individualism disguised as collective work and responsibility. You can fool some of
feminism collects stray bullets.
You can't fool King
Feminism don't collect stray bullets too.
Not a single group solution. A whole bunch of feminism and European individualism.
Yeah, feminism collected stray bullets right there. Jesus Christ. Voila. Anyway, Miss Inyala addressed it too. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. She went on a show off as she should, to address more into it. There you go. Let's find it. Here we go.
Mac cleaner.
All right, let's go into this.
Optimize your Mac. It not only
and what I hear is their expectation, demand, and reliance on another human being to make them happy and provide for their needs.
Let's go back a little bit.
Because she expects supporting, eating her energy. I didn't was not good relationship with her. And we never think about that. But I asked her that question because, again, as a woman, I was reading her energy. See, I was feeling her energy as a woman.
What did you read, though?
Really, to tell the truth, and this is just my experience, it was a put down, like a bus driver with a good character and integrity.
It was a put down.
Is not good enough for her because she expects her happiness or her whatever to come from a man. And I know that now that conversation has shifted and it's become about her promoting and supporting excellence. I do that too. I support excellence in my black, but that's not what we were talking about. That is not what we were talking about. And so I was just reading her energy, and what I heard, and I've heard, I'm not.
What's going on, Mo Fresh? Good to see you.
From many women. I mean, I've been doing 50 episodes of the R Spot. I talk to women every single week. And what I hear is their expectation, demand, and reliance on another human being to make them happy and provide for their needs. And see, me, God is my source and my supply.
God is my supply too. Okay. God is my supply too. But damn it, of course, I want a certain quality of human being to spend life with. Come on. Missy Allah, come on. But let's hope she still speak to that. Let's see.
And it's the gravy. He ain't the potatoes. And so I heard in that she wanted him to be the potatoes, the chicken, the crisp on the chicken skin, and was really kind of demanding how he had to fry the chicken.
Because you're demanding. Did it come across as demeaning to you?
It did. I'm sorry. I know she says now that was not her intention. I know she says now that. And I believe if she...
Anyway, it's on our channel. You go listen to that on our channel if you want to get the whole thing. My thoughts so far is still the same. She should have stand 10 toes down on that topic. But the standard of what I want, the preference, not standard why. It's not really standard. It's preference. It's what it is, and it makes sense when you belong in certain social class. Some people actually have found that some people find it offensive to even say class at all. Like, oh, you're Lewa, you're an OYO, you're on your own. Okay, there is social class. That's the reality. Some of you watched that video I did with Dr. Obi, right, from We Need to Talk. Social class is real. It is what it is, okay? As some people make more money than others. Some people live in certain neighborhoods better than others, based on an agreed upon standard by all of us, okay? So it's capped to pretend like there's no social class. There is social class, and I don't advise people to run madly with their blindfolds on into another class entirely, or I call it the dimensions. Don't run, if you're a Christian, a staunch Christian, don't run into the world of Muslim people with your blindfolds on, because you will collect, all right? Or social class, or economic class, or whatever you want to call it, right? Completely different world, or race, or even crossing the race line. You need to be aware that that's going to create, the awareness is all I'm asking you. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't do it with your blindfolds on, because we're social and emotional beings, and it just makes sense to be aware of that, you know. Yep, I didn't read her expecting her happiness to come from a man with a bus driver coming. I didn't see that too. I think what she was saying is that she can hold her own. I think what she was saying is something that most women have a hard time putting into words properly. If a man cannot provide and protect at an emotional level, there's no way there. Okay, women will oftentimes try to explain that, and we will end up in the money side of things, and it's not really money. Women will fall for if you end up in the same circle by mistake or intentionally. Like, there are literally people teaching women, like, if you want a man of a certain class, you're gonna have to hang out where they hang out. That's just how it works. Change your circle, right? That's just the reality, right? So I don't think she was saying that, but I think when she starts her conversation with money, income class, or then it's only natural that people that don't know any better will interpret that as you're talking about money or you're a gold digger, right? It only makes sense, right? But I think what they're trying to say is, I don't expect a woman to just accept that, yes, I will date a bus driver when she's a person of that class. No, that doesn't make any sense to expect that from her. However, the reality is that she might end up falling for a bus driver, a plumber. You just need to feel safe and secure enough. Feelings, but Inyala brought it up. To me, she was the one who looks down at the bus driver. Precisely. That is a good point. Why would you, if you bring it up, there's a certain level of emotional intelligence you get into, and you're like, you brought it up. You highlighted that, right? What you focus on expands. That's part of emotional intelligence. Okay, some people call it law of attraction. What you focus on expands regardless of what your intentions are. Your intentions, doesn't matter. Your intentions in the poto. She brought it up. It's her preference and she's entitled to that. Yeah, the haves and the have-nots, even though I don't like that phrase, but it's what it is. It's what it is, right? But I don't know if there's a better way to say those things. I'm open to it, because the last thing I want to do is be offensive, right? But yeah, that's that. If we find other topics around that, we'll cover it again. But I think I spent enough time on that for now, at least. Can't promise we won't bring it up again if I find something interesting, and I'll be right back. All right, I want to talk about Steve Harvey and this story that broke everywhere. So over the past, we covered that story earlier about Steve Harvey saying, like, only weirdos are asking for, what do you bring to the table? Which I agree with him. I agree with him already. That's my evil laugh. If you're asking that question either silently or verbally, okay, that's weird. Okay, that's weird that you have to ask at all, or you have to be obsessed with that at all in order to find out what she brings to the table. And it's even more weird that you will go out on a date or consider anybody that you don't already see what they bring to the table. Okay, if you're asking someone out, right, it's because they earned it somehow, somewhere. Maybe they look good, whatever. All right. So if you're still asking what they bring to the table, that is lame and weird behavior. But we had that conversation already. But there's something else happening with Steve Harvey. There's the ex-husband of his present wife is writing a series of books, a tell-all book. The guy was in jail. He was serving life. Okay, his name is what's his name? It doesn't matter. Townsend. His last name was Townsend. Some Mr. Townsend Sauer. And he ended up calling out. He was on Tasha K. It's another gossip platform called Online with Tasha K. Okay, this guy right here. Found him. All right. Let me show you a little bit of this, and then we can talk about it. All right, just give me 1 second.
When Jason told him that, it kind of pissed
this
him
guy
off.
right here.
And he told Jason, I love your mama, so I got to love you. Now, where's that punk ass, dad of yours? So I don't know if it was from insecurity or what. Could have been, nigga, you a multi-millionaire. I ain't nobody. You ain't got to worry about me.
So this man has never been in the same room with you.
Period. That's what he
called you a punk ass.
Yeah, that's what he told Jason.
I mean, you do look better than him.
Huh?
Oh, wow.
So too.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna be front buddy. I remember when Marge and I was together. She used to hate. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell it all. I'm telling all y'all. She said, and it was fact. She used to check dudes with big lips. She would call them soup coolers.
You sure? Okay, cool. I'm just excited because we finally back in Memphis.
All right, let me pause that for a second. So let me bring you up to speed with what we're talking about, right? So Marjorie is presently I like this thumbnail. Let me find it. Marjorie is presently the present wife of Steve Harvey. All right, they've been married for 16 years or so, and this guy is trying to tell all about everything that happened between them. Okay, yeah, that's him right there, and that's Steve Harvey and Marjorie, right? So what I find fascinating about this that I wanted to bring you up to speed about is that, okay, so first of all, they have a mixed family. She had 2 kids from this guy, the guy in white, but he went to jail. He was serving life, and during the, I think, Obama administration gave him what they call clemency. Clemency basically set him free him, even though he was serving life for being the drug kingpin back in the 80s, right? And, but now he wants to tell all. And then after listening to some of the story, he's basically salty, He's he calls it his disappointed. What's the source of disappointment? Unrealistic expectations. Okay. Now, granted, he said they were best friends for 20 years. They were married for 6 years. She moved on, had even another child, or even children, had another child outside of him. One of them being Lori Harvey, the popular Lori Harvey, right? Now, what I find fascinating about this, the second thing I find fascinating about this is this. They all want to be a Steve Harvey. They all want to. One of the things that he was really angry about is the fact that his son decided to take on Steve Harvey's last name, to be a Harvey, right? So, and I feel for him on that, right? But isn't that still coming from unrealistic expectation? You went to jail and you were serving a life sentence, right? Now, in addition, I can feel his pain. As a father, the last thing you want is for your own child to be taking on another man's name. I understand how he feels about that. But now he's telling all, and he's using Steve Harvey's name to sell the books. Does he want to be a Harvey too? Right? He claims he's disappointed. Right? So 3 days before she got married to Steve Harvey, she stopped talking to him altogether. She was all the while he was in jail for years. They talked every time. They were best friends, but then he's claiming now that Steve Harvey basically stopped her from talking to him. Yeah, I'm not sure what he expects. Again, this is... Wait, what did you say? Oh, okay. The other thing she said before. So it's kind of weird, but it's not that weird. There's consequences in life, and you might not be able to handle those consequences when it shows up. There's always somebody trying to take over your territory. It's an active marketplace. Okay? There's always somebody, they might not know themselves yet, right now, that's trying to take your wife. Yes. There's always somebody trying to snatch your husband. It is an active marketplace. So if you've participated in behaviors that kind of like put you away. Shout out to Maddie Love. She has spent 26 years in prison. I think it's better that you build a realistic expectations around that too. And if you're still able to connect with your family, it is a privilege. It is not a right. You can't afford to move with entitlement spirits around this kind of thing. You have to be careful. You have to be careful with moving with entitlement spirits when it comes to just life in general, especially when it comes to romantic love. Okay. All you can do is be your best. Be your best self. If you be your best self, you'll be hot in the marketplace. Nobody will want to leave you. Oh, let me take that back. Okay. There's a less and less chance that anybody will want to leave you. There's less and less chance that your partner will fall out of love with you, right? When you continue to be the best self. Okay. But if you don't, you will continue to point fingers at the rest of the world but self. And effectively, you as a Townsend will continue to want to be a Harvey, even though that's what you're pushing against. What you focus on expands, right? It's going to be a 15 minutes fame, okay? Your 15 minutes fame from one book, you're going to sell good books, right? Go and ask a Superhead, okay? But it can only last for so long. You're not going to build Steve Harvey's career with one book. All right. But I feel for him, right? He's disappointed. He's disappointed that Marjorie moved on and completely disconnected when she got married to a Steve Harvey. Right? So think about the name Steve Harvey, right? How unrealistic is that to expect that the wife will continue to engage you, right? So he talked about Steve Harvey calling him your punk ass daddy, right? How did you hear about that? What were you talking about? Another problem with the modern men can be any age, by the way, is that they're always worried about what the other man is doing, right? Particularly obsessed with what the other man is doing. Yeah. 26 years in prison, right? It is what it is. At that point, if you come home, you still have, because he still has relations with his children. That's a blessing. They want to carry the Steve Harvey's name because they think it exposes them to opportunity since it's a blended family. I do think that's weird, but I also have very limited expectations around what. It's a lot of money involved. Status, right? And yes, it's easier said than done. If I were him, I would just enjoy this freedom. He was serving life. For him to be out at all is a privilege. Thanks to Obama. Right? I can express to my children why that hurts that you change your name. They literally served them papers to change their name. I can express that to my children, but I will not be expressing that to the public, to sell books. The easier said than done. But again, it's going to be 15 minutes of fame. That's about it. Okay. I said, what on the street was that he took the fall for Marjorie. I don't know how true that was. No one is pulling me out of my house to go and take a fall for something I'm not connected to. I know people say that a lot. It is a thing. People can take a fall for people. But it was a criminal, right? And no one is taking the fall for another person unless they've engaged some kind of value there too. Maybe he felt like that's my wife. He felt that's my wife. It sounds unfair, but we don't live in a fair world, right? He felt like that's my wife, my children, mother of my children. I need to take the fall to protect my children. We can argue that's a selfish move. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but we can argue it. Okay. I would argue it actually. Okay. Kathy, hey, how you doing? Yeah. He went to jail for being the kingpin, drug kingpin, which again, people do that, but you went to jail and you're out now. Enjoy the freedom, But I find it interesting that every one of them, including him, wants to be a Steve Harvey. Maybe did you be that? I think that's something to pay attention to. All right. That's all I have to say about that. I'll be right back. Right, let's talk about Edo. Remember that story with Edo? I said Edo. Remember that story with Edo, right? Let me play a video for you. That story with Edo and Empress, and then somehow she's caught up in the cobwebs of Empress and John. What's his name? Josh Wade. The criminal that's been captured now, right? Yeah, let's talk about them really quickly. I want to play a video for you really quickly. Let me find that video. Remember, Edo said she didn't know this guy at all. The guy just called randomly and she was at the airport. Remember that? And she was like, what happened to the audio of the video? What happened to the audio of the video? How come nobody is bringing the audio of the video out? Some videos that leaked, right? That linked in. And I want to get your opinions on this, okay? But let me play this video. Another video came out, was basically on the internet, on Instagram. And I was like, all right, that's the video. There's no audio to it, okay? But if you look through the corners, in the corner, this is a conversation, allegedly, because people do Photoshop stuff. The guy is in the corner talking. You can zoom in if you want. Okay, I don't know how you're gonna zoom, but it's quite relaxed. He looks quite relaxed on this, whatever they're talking about, right? And she doesn't seem like she's in a rush this time. She seems like she's lying on her chest or stomach, right? And the guy is doing a lot of the yanni, but it's another video, right? So she claimed that she did not know this guy, even though when they asked her about how did the picture of your passport, the image of your passport end up in this guy's phone and stuff. It can end up there for any reason. We don't know, right? But I was just curious. I was like, do you still believe that she didn't have anything to do with this guy? She didn't know this guy at all? Do you still believe that? If she was involved with this guy, it wouldn't be a crime. It'd be reckless and careless, just like it was for Empress, right? But was she involved with him? Just a question, okay? I don't know, obviously, right? But it's just interesting, right? It's not interesting that she's involved with him. It's interesting that when they try to control narrative, or when they try to do damage control, they tend to forget, right? See, the best thing I would do, right, if I were these people, right, if I have issues, right, and somebody's trying to blackmail me, the best thing you do with blackmail is number one, you call the police. Number two, you ignore. Okay? Number one, you call the police. Number two, you ignore. I need you to write that down, okay? Because maybe you've participated in bad behaviors too in the past. Maybe somebody that you took a liking to, interest in, were recording you, and you were just on your soft life mode. You didn't really know them. For some reason, you find yourself in a situation of blackmail, right? It's very common, by the way. It's very, very common. But again, I just want you to pay attention to some of these things because it can happen to anybody, right? Your natural reaction will be, let me protect myself, right? Let me see here. Yep, that would be your natural reaction. Let me protect myself. Let me lie. Sometimes, so like, you know, people treat lying like, oh, is this intentional thing? Sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction, right? Let me come up with something to protect myself. Effectively lying, right? I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying 2 video calls. If these are actual real videos, I do think she was capping big time. Cap. I think she was capping big time. Who are the other actresses that were involved with this guy? Because apparently that's what he's known for. Right? It wasn't just one person, right? And over the past several weeks, a lot of Nollywood actresses, their nude were released onto the internet. I still don't know who these people are, but maybe they were D class. I think the person that may seem a little bit more BA class here is Iniedo. Yeah, be careful. There's this thing, you know, a lot of young people now, they make fun of people that don't record themselves when they're doing Kerewa. It's not a big deal, right? It's not really a big deal. It's not that deep. You're acting like you're 40 plus. Well, I am 40 plus. Right. But the truth is that those videos, those pictures can end up anywhere. Be guided. And if it does end up somewhere, someone is trying to blackmail you, call the police, report it. That's all you can do, I guarantee. Anything else you do is going to make it worse. Have you noticed that when you try to control narrative, it makes things worse, right? 2 things you need to do. Call the police. The next thing you should ignore. Continue your life. It's not, I guarantee you, everyone is not going to fall out of the skies if they release your nude to the public. It won't be the end of the world. It's nothing. No big deal, okay? But if you try to overreact to it, or you're making statements that are not professionally structured, you haven't spoken to a PR, especially if you're a person of status, it's only going to work. It's only going to get worse, you know. But I wanted to get your opinions. It looks like you guys went meow on me. That's fine. But I just thought it would be interesting. But if you watch this segment later on, please do leave a comment. I want to know what your opinion. Do you believe her or you don't believe her? I would like to know what you think about that. I'll be right back. All right, I want to talk about this guy here, Gideon Okeke. You guys know who Gideon Okeke is? Gideon Okeke I've never really paid attention to him. I think I've seen him in passing. He's an actor, I think, an Nollywood actor. I'm not sure, but anyway, more importantly, recently he went through a divorce with his wife. And he's had a lot to say in recent times. It was quiet at first. This is our last story for the day, by the way. All right. He was quiet at first, you know. And but then he said something, and I was like, you know what? Damn, man. And then he said, if I start to talk, when people say if I start to talk, they're about to talk. And they're going to talk more than necessary. If you find yourself saying, if I start to talk, there's a good chance you're going to say more than you need to say. At that point, I say, you know what? I won't talk. If I start to talk, you know what? I'll just not talk. Right? Yeah. People say, no disrespect.
He shock you.
You are probably already being disrespected. Or respectfully. At that point in time, carry your load and leave, because you're about to be disrespected if you haven't been disrespected already. Okay? If I start to talk, what you want to talk? Anyway, let me see what he wants to say, right? Let's get back to it rather quickly. All right, so let's see here. Okay, there you go. if I start to talk, there will be no holding back, right? You know, there will be no holding back. Of course, you know, like, we don't want to hold you back. Can you say something? So because the millipede that was stomped, these people they speak English. Jesus Christ. The millipede that was stomped on did not scream. The person that poop never remember. It's the person that packed the poop that remember. But the foot that stomped on it keeps screaming, my foot. It's sweeter in Igbo, Sha, but you get the gist. Oh, it's an Igbo thingy. Okay. But my people say that Adiro Igbo Ayala. So I'll be the bigger person as always and keep living life. Let me guess. He won't keep living life. He will tell us more. Anyway, that's him and his wife, his ex-wife now, or ex-wife to be. It's sad to see families break apart. That's particularly one of the major reasons why I started this platform, to help those that are already in the family, so that their family don't break apart if that's what they're trying to prevent, or at least learn how to do it better the next time around. So he finally decided to talk. Wait. Let me see. Yeah. He said at first he announced his breakup and stuff like that. But guess what? A lot of men do when they hear somebody announce and say they don't want to talk. They're actually trying to do the right thing. They want to protect their family, their ex-wife, their children. They don't want to. But some lame guy is going to go in his back channel and say, "Let me guess. This woman for the street. I knew it. You should speak up, so you can help the rest of us men." Right? Yeah. So he said, it's on the announcement of my separation divorce that I realized that so many men are going through and enduring a litany of heels as an offshoot of a failed marriage. Right? Leaving the kids in tow as victims. My DM has messages to boot, but I need to ask. Now, I do appreciate that some people speak up. Let me be honest, okay? Because some people do need to speak up. Because the other side of that, if the other extreme side of people not speaking up is not good either. Okay? But I'm just, it's a little tricky because I want people to, there's a balance that's needed, right? And we will continue to talk about it, right? What therapy is reserved or advised for men who find themselves backed up in this corner? You don't want the help. What you rather do, for the most part, is end up in an echo chamber where people will repeat talking point and say things you like to hear. People that will tell you it's not your fault, even though I too don't think it's your fault. But because you believe it's your fault, any rhetorics that supports the notion that it's not your fault is all you want to hear, right? So there are men content creators that do share stuff to help you, but you don't want those for the most part. All right, so he goes, men who find themselves backed up in this corner, there's no therapy reserved for them. He says, is speaking up a shame thing? No, it just depends. Are you losing your masculine frame in the space of speaking up? Are you moving reckless? Are you self-sabotaging while you're speaking up? There's a way to speak up in a way that's helpful, in a way that you don't self-sabotage, right? That's what we need to talk about. That's what we need to come to agreement about. There's nothing wrong with speaking up, you know? Is it a shame thing? No, it's not. But there's a way you speak up that could become a shame thing. Does work, capitalize, or the advice of going back to work really dulls the pain? No, it doesn't. If you're going back to work to fix the issue or to push your issues under the rug, that doesn't help either. But disengaging from work, it's not good. I need you to be working, okay? Kids are definitely a mumu button to the man who has not abandoned his kids and his responsibilities to them. Suddenly, all you're good enough for is fees. Yeah, that's happening a lot too, you know. But again, it's about what are you going to do about that, right? What would you do about that? When you say you want to speak up about that, what do you mean? Do you need to drag the other person, right? Do you feel like it's only fair to drag the other person since they were dragging you too, right? These are all self-sabotaging moves that will hurt you too. But your seeds still lack their vitamin daddy. Damn. Be humane, be humane, be humane. Let me see if there's more before Kintobe. If you really love them like you claim, basically you're discounting the fact that your ex-partner loves them already by saying that. You're being sarcastic. There's condescension in that statement. If you really love them like you claim. And not only that, there's quite a few millions of people that are watching this. So the spirits are at effect here. When she sees this, she's not going to say you're right. She's going to become defensive. It's going to get worse. Right? She's going to feel like just feelings. It becomes real. She's going to feel like all of these millions of people are now attacking her. Even if there's a nice positive comment right there that she can read. I say, be nice to your wife. She won't read that. It's the negative ones that she will be seeing and she will react accordingly. Guess who will collect woto? You. It gets worse. If you really love them like you claim, give them what they need. Be humane, be humane. Essentially, you're saying they're not humane. Maybe you're right. As a matter of fact, I will probably tell you you're right.
You're right.
But being right is not good enough. Being right has no wisdom in. It's just good for you. That's about it. Okay? It's not good enough to create the best outcome or even better outcome. So it's easier said than done. It takes a lot for you to really feel this way. Okay? Somebody says something, so I make sure the feed is working. I'm live. Just say, yes, we're here. We are listening. Just say that. I see the numbers, but just say yes. I'm not sure if it's my feeds that disconnected or something. Just say yes here. Say 1 if you are listening. Just say 1 if you are listening. Just type in 1 if you are listening. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not about you anymore. Let me see if there's more here. Oh, he has more to say. Remember I said, oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you, Kathy. Thank you for that. I just want to make sure that you're listening. Dear single mothers, listen, there's some messages here for you single mothers. Okay? There's some things here you should at least understand where he's coming from. At least understand that, okay? This message you pay attention to. Okay, I'm about to read it with you for the first time, okay? When I see this, I find them interesting just off of the title, then I pull it in. So I'm reading with you for the first time. But you should pay attention to it, like, what can I learn from this? If you're a single mother or anything like that, okay? But the main reason why I'm doing this lesson is for the men, okay? That will find themselves in a poto, okay? And feel the need to protect themselves by jumping onto social media to say something in the spirit of let's help other men. There's a good chance you're not going to be helping this man, okay? They can relate with you, that's about it. I guess maybe that can help somebody, but in terms of the actual delivery of the help they need, eventually they're going to need to do a little bit more than relating with other people in the same situation, okay? So just imagine this person. The best thing you could have done is what you just saw him do. Just relax. And then let's help you pick you up and pull you out softly, gently. Because if you do too much, the pata will be all over your face before you know it. Right? So that's what the social media is messy. It's a beautiful tool. We're using it right now. But it's a very messy place if you don't move with wisdom. Very, very important. So let's read it. Dear single mother, you didn't pluck those kids from the trees. Condescension. Okay. You didn't buy them off the shelves at ShopRite. It took two of you in love. Okay. In love. It's reminiscent. To have the privilege of the legacy of kids in your life. People go a whole lifetime without these blessings you have on your laps. That's true. They are a gift from God. Being an only child myself, I can tell you what women go through to find this gift for free by God's grace. Yeah, good point. Why you can't they use this same gift take they punish another man? Why are you using these children to punish men? It's bad behavior. Bad behavior. Why? How come why? I'll tell him why, but why? I'm asking you why too, right? If you participate in such behavior, right? I'll tell him why though. You know, there are two different types of whys. I'll tell him why. I know the why he thinks already, but I'll tell him the other type of why. Or so you thought you were punishing him. Stop the cap. You're disappointed? But no, it's the kids. Get out of the way. You're in the way of your kids' emotional balance. You are in the way.
Man, me.
This is the young man here. I want to hear what he has to say. I'm not sure if he's going to speak to it. Okay. But the why, there are two different whys. Number one why is she's been evil. Okay. She's been wicked. She's being wicked to you. Okay. And the second type of why is it's a weakness. Shout out to Natu. Natu, I don't see you today. But anyway, we yield. I'll see you tomorrow night, I guess. Right. The other type of why is weakness. I get he thinks it's wickedness. Okay. Now if somebody is being outrightly wicked, you posting this kind of post on the internet, they will get more wings. Right? They become even more wicked. Right? But if you see it as a weakness, which is not positive either, right? If you see it as a weakness, you're first of all able to have empathy on yourself first, because you can't give what you don't have to another person, right? And second of all, you can have empathy because obviously she's being weak, right? Then you can also say, I tried to see the babies yesterday. What happened? You can have a conversation depending on the energy between you and her. You can have a conversation around what's the best way to make it easier for all parties, so you can make sure that the babies are good. You do agree that the baby's emotional balance is the best thing, right? And they need both. They need to agree to that first. If they don't agree to that, or they're having a hard time agreeing to that, oh, it's really bad. They're in their weakest point in life. By the way, they're probably blaming you for being in that position. And it's no wonder why they are punishing you for that, quote unquote, trying to punish you. But it's going to take the same process to get them to the results you're looking for, which is maybe to see the kids, to continue to have relationship with the kids. It's going to take a lot. It's easier said than done. Trust me. It's going to take a lot of patience on your part. But it's the only way, literally. Or you can go the opposite side. See it as wicked. What do you do with wicked people? You become wicked to them. What are you doing to a person who is the mother of your kids? You're being wicked to. You're being wicked to your kids effectively. It's not going to work, right? So it depends on the meanings you attach to these events of life, right? The meanings you attach to them will drive your next move, right? Would determine if you feel disengaged from your power or not. Your power is definitely not dragging your family on social media. But let's see what he has to say. Maybe I'm still missing something. I don't know him personally. Maybe, just maybe, right? Let's keep going.
I did now. When I good morning, you know.
Good morning.
I just wake up, just remember one thing now.
Tell us.
You remember that day where those two women go meet Solomon? Where they go meet Solomon for Solomon courtyard. King Solo. Two of them. Then they argue for who born the pikin. One saying on my own. The other one saying,
shout out to Instablog Nigeria.
Let me get the pikin. And Solomon looks, no long thing now. Bring one of the women, yeah, Baba, no cut time na bread. Baba, no time, no be bread. The other woman say, hey, Baba, give me half, give her half. Yes, now so it be, me will carry half, they go house. But the real owner of the pikin say, Baba me, instead of you give the other woman, make she hold her, make she carry. Man, me, I wanna day now. On a good morning, you know.
What? All right, so I don't see any relevance.
Woman, make she hold her, make she carry and go. If thicker than water, one day these children, Baba, time not be bread. Give the other woman. And Solo look, say, Solo dragging it go. Say, wisdom.
Is he a comedian too?
And Solo say, yes. When I call that other Olusho, when I carry and go inside guard room, that woman a thief. And Solo give the actual owner of the Pikino. Then the whole world call Solo wise man. Because of this thing.
That's Bible story.
Solo na wise man. Wise up, wise up.
That's the story. At least it's not talking with his face. But anyway, let me see some of this comment. Our sneaker store says there's a thin line between love and hate. It sounds like someone that doesn't have access to his kids. Ladies, you gotta work on this. Not you in particular, but even advising friends and stuff like this. I know it's easier said than done. When you feel hurt, yeah, put the kids first, man. You know. And majority of this modern men will need your help. Okay, they may not have that level of patience that I'm suggesting. It just get worse and get worse. You feel the need to punish them more and more and more. In fact, with that being said, I think I need to cover one more story today. Let me hope I can find it. Let me see here. Yeah, there's one more story that I probably need to cover. No, I'll leave it alone. We'll cover it tomorrow. Let's call it a day. Anyway, that it didn't work between a man and wife doesn't mean that it won't work between him and his kids. So the issue with this, she's right, whoever this person is. The real life issue and the way this happens in real life is that she didn't feel like it didn't work. She felt like he was evil. He was wicked. Feelings, not necessarily reality. But feelings do become your reality. Right? So that's what's going on there. Right? And if you don't approach that woman with that understanding or acknowledging how she feels, right? It's highly unlikely that they're able to comprehend what you're talking about, because you're right. Just because it didn't work between a man and a woman doesn't mean that it won't work between him and his kids. In fact, one of the most popular things talking point that people say a lot is that, oh, he can be a good father and not a good husband. Yeah, to some extent.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Okay. But it's true. But to some extent, stop the cap. Okay. Okay. Generally speaking, it's the same skill set. Okay. If he's considerate with regards to raising kids, it's considerate with regards to being a husband. Okay. He can be. But it's true. There's some differences there. But at the core of it is the same behavior, you know. So, for example, I'll give you an example. If you want to call out the mother of your kids, you jump on the internet and you're just being a good father. It's the same things I'm sharing with you. Emotional intelligence, social intelligence, self-intelligence, power intelligence. It's the same thing at its core. That's all I'm saying. Now, when you get to the different layers, it shows up differently. That's why it's possible that a man can be a good father and not a good husband. But it's because of a disconnect from the core, from those core principles. Right? Let me continue here. Dear woman, you can't possibly get yourself pregnant. All right. So this woman who is talking has not been on the receiving end before, which is not a bad thing. That means they can see what's going on inside of the forest. from outside of the forest. But the person of inside of it, you need to acknowledge that they might not be able to see it that way. Right? Why? Because to allow you to more ball, why should be a ball? Right? If you want to catch a monkey, you act like a monkey, right? You want to get them to be able to change their behavior, you kind of have to acknowledge where they're coming from first. At least understand it. At least, maybe not understand it, try to understand it. Just them feeling heard and feeling like somebody is listening might just be all you need for them to adjust. And if you're more focused on calling them out of the bad behavior, you might just help yourself create more of the same results. If you are the woman punishing the man with the kids, I'm not talking to you right now. You need to stop it. If the man doesn't pose a danger to his kids, there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't be allowed to play his role as a father. Yeah, you say that to that kind of woman, she will literally perpetuate what you are complaining about. Literally. I'm not giving excuses for them. I'm telling you literally how it's going to work. Okay? Divorce is not easy, especially when kids are involved. All right, so good points. But it doesn't leave room for the emotional aspect of these things. Okay? Let's see. Michael says, majority of these single dads who complain about not being given access to their kids, they were either not there for the kids when they needed to, or they were deadbeat dads. Majority is generalization.
Stop the cap.
Majority is generalization. Rebecca, hey Rebecca, did you just get here? Why can't he be both? What we need to do is both. Okay, that's the goal. Be a good husband, a good father. He can do it. Yes, that's all. That's what we need to strive for, right? Yep. But yeah, let me see. There's another one. Yeah, majority is generalization. That's best. I don't know why anybody. One deadbeat dad is one too many. When we're talking about human beings, one is one too many. There's no need to generalize. Address each issue individually. My sister talk is a safe place. I'm not sure what that is. When you turn a joyful, happy lady into a scorned, Mercy says, when you turn a joyful, happy lady into a scorned woman and still have the guts to come to a public space and scream foul, no need to talk, dear woman. Your pain is valid and needs no justification. What is the difference between Mercy and our sneaker store? What is the difference between them? The difference is not good or bad. I hope you know that. All right? The difference is not stupid and wise either. Maybe, but not stupid. Wise and lame, yeah, maybe. Right? Lame as in like surface level. Like, that's all you got? Try harder a little bit, right? What's the difference between them? Okay. No, I think the difference is one can relate with the woman, with the potential woman that we don't really know anything about her, right? And the other is soft life. Just be perfect human being and you will never attract a bad husband. One person is like that. One person has put themselves on a pedestal. One person is being logical. One person is being what's the word I'm looking for? One person is there's a word I'm looking for. One person is thinking of life as a straight line, right? And the other person like, if that woman, even if it's not your fault, if the fact that they engaged you in a marriage has turned them to a scorned woman, and you still have the guts, okay, that part is shaming a little bit, right? To come to a public space, right, and scream foul. He said, no need. Remember, he said here, dear single mother. He didn't mean that. All right. He didn't mean that dear single mother. He's trying to say, y'all niggas, single mother, need to stop. That's what he's trying to do. Right? And most people can read through it. They may not be able to explain it in words. In fact, both people could read through it, but the other person said, let's check her. Let's call her to order. And the other person like, you know what? You're justified, but you don't really need to come to social media. Mercy is much more the kind of comment I will probably put out there, right? It's closer to it, right? Your pain is justified, is valid, but don't come and be doing that condescending, dear woman, dear single mother, because it's giving. It's telling us, you probably behaved like that inside of that marriage, or maybe, probably, I didn't say it's a fact. Probably that same behavior showed up inside of that marriage. You tend to like, sweetie, but you really don't mean sweetie. You really just want to drag that person, right? The way you behave in one little aspect of life is how you tend to behave in other aspects of life. You need to be aware there's patterns. But a typical human being may not see that because emotional intelligence is not really that easy. Okay. Sandra D-Love, you've been hiding. Have you been hiding from us? Wait, did I see you today yet, D-Love? Shout out to you, by the way. Yeah, I did. You were here in the beginning. Yeah, that's true. In fact, you started dancing first. But yeah, some Sandra Ieua. Who is this person? This person has a verified check mark. At least he wants to see his kids and expressing it. And expressing it. Every time you express yourself is a good thing. You can talk too much, just so you know. You can talk too much and you can talk into the wrong atmosphere. Just so you know too. Okay. Shout out to the young lady. She's trying to help our brother out. And expressing it, but some men don't care about their children. And they will come on social media and be showing off traveling from point A to point B and don't even care if their children is doing is okay. Chai, a lot of irresponsible men are getting away with a lot in Nigeria. So I would definitely tell you that we don't know how his conduct with his children are, but this is not a demonstration of it. Okay, just coming on the internet and saying I want to see my kids, it's not a demonstration that you care about your kids. Let's just be clear about that. All right. Let's be careful about this idea that when you jump on the internet and express yourself, no, it's not. I've always told you that the internet don't care. It's the streets. The streets don't care about anybody. Okay, the streets need to eat, and on the social media streets is attention, and people will say something stupid just because it gets them likes. Okay. Anyway, Emeka says whatever he did to you is between two of una. Don't restrict his children from him. All right. I can't disagree with that. Right. It's just that the person you're talking to is only getting attention, right? Or they're getting offended. Anyway, King, this person says, OM, let's call it OM. Until people, especially Nigerians, learn to ignore and put aside the pressure of getting married, y'all will always end up with the wrong person. Just because you went through divorce does not mean you end up with the wrong person. That's another stupid, captious thing that people say. Okay?
Stop the cap.
Just because you are divorced does not mean you end up with the wrong person. Okay? You end up with the wrong person. Here's why I don't like it to be said that way. Okay? When you say it's the wrong person, what does that make the next person? Even if you don't vet properly, make them the right person. You see? It's like an equal equation, like a very quick scientific formula that we put to something, right? To make us feel better about the next person, when it actually, statistics shows that people that enter second and third marriages, 75%, up to 75% divorce rates. Why? Because they keep pointing the fingers in very silent, weird, little twisted ways. Things like it was just the wrong person. Okay? You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with it. You gotta be careful with that kind of talking point. Okay? Unless you're willing to say, I was the wrong person too. That person was wrong for me, I was wrong for them. If you're balancing that talking point out like that, sure, maybe you can get away with it because at least you're not pointing finger. But any act of pointing finger, right, while it might make you feel better in short term, while it could actually be true, I want you to understand that the good of it is short term. For the long term, you need to do a little bit more work, not on the other side of things, but on self. Very, very important. The rhetoric, the stories you're telling yourself has effect on your outcomes. That's what I'm saying. Right? They're not just semantics. They are born from a certain type of mindset, right? So if this person is going to conclude that Gideon married the wrong person, he has 2 children. He has children. I don't know how many children that he cares about. There's no reality or context where you can say that was the wrong person in this context. Let me read the context to you again. Until people, especially Nigerians, learn to ignore and put aside the pressure of getting married, right? We tend to blame it on pressure of getting married too, right? Y'all will always end up with the wrong person. The wrong person? What do you mean? His ex-wife? He's going to need that person to be his family. He's going to treat that person like family for the rest of the lives of their children. Wrong. What else do you mean by wrong person? What else is this mindset driving? Right? This life simple. Now people just they make them difficult for themselves. Not only are you judging the other person as the wrong person, you're actually judging him. So I'm not sure if you're helping him with that type of mindset. Yeah, let me shout out Shimama, one of our members here. Shout out to you. She said, MOB. In my view, sometimes a man is doing all this for social media and to prove a point for the records. Yeah. So he has evidence, meanwhile, want to contribute little or nothing to the kids' upkeep. Yeah, because the reason why I will rock with that, in a lot of ways, that's what's going on. Empty barrel make the loudest noise. This is true in every ramifications of any way you can think of it. The empty barrel make the loudest noise. You know, there's a place to get attention, even in business. We need attention, right? But you got to know the limitations of attention. You better have some value behind the scenes. If I keep doing clickbaity titles here and you come inside and there's nothing to learn, eventually the algorithms will be able to tell that there's no value because they are reading how long people are staying on the videos to watch. And eventually it won't show it to you anymore because you've demonstrated you don't care, right? So if all I have is just loud titles, eventually I will tell on myself. Yeah. Spunky. No, G says, some people can be a fantastic and loving dad, but a terrible husband. This is as you can tell right now, they're justifying what went wrong inside of the marriage. They're trying to justify something there. Something went wrong inside of the marriage. Doesn't have to be his fault. Something went wrong, right? If you keep saying things like you can be a great father, not a great husband, you will just basically completely you will throw out the bathwater, right? Thinking you're preserving the kids, but basically you're throwing out the kids with the bathwater too. You just didn't realize it. Okay? It's like people saying, is there a difference between single and being married? A relationship and a marriage? There's not that much difference. The majority of the difference is paper and the mental attachment that you have towards the paper. The power you give the paper is what it has. But at the core of things, it's the same thing. When things are being readily available, they are taken for granted. Complacency will creep in. You're oblivious to what's really going on. Other people see what's going on with your partner before you because see finish don't enter. The same thing happen for the most part in terms of how life is moving. But you're right. The mental value that we attach to the paper of marriage is huge. But that's all it is. That's the only power there is to it. And of course, you can exit faster than some other. Particularly because you think you can't just exit anyhow in marriage. Not because it's a real thing, beyond perception. Right? Some people can be a fantastic and loving dad, but a terrible husband. No, if he can't figure out how to parent without calling out his wife or ex-wife on the internet, that is literally part of your parenting skills, literally. So the argument, they add up. Argument is not adding up. I beg, hit that like button. If you're getting value from this, please hit that like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hit the like button. Thank you. Hit that like button. Yeah, particularly to shame her. Maybe not intentionally, but at least subconsciously, that's what you're trying to do. Let me get my feelings out in these social media streets and hope that if she reads this, she's going to read it. Even if you delete it off of your page. Now it's been here for how long now? Since April 26th. It's on Instablog Nigeria, especially if you're a man of certain level of attention. This is part of your parenting skills. This is part of your parenting skills, being able to protect your children even when you're caught up in your feelings. Your feelings. Right? So G is not going to help you. Some people can be fantastic and a loving dad, but a terrible husband. How? What do you mean? How, Sway? Right? Spunky goes, if a man is financially available for his kids after separation or divorce, even the most difficult woman will not stop him from seeing his kid. It is well. No, women, stop the cap. Some women will, yeah.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. Let me see the replies. You can't categorically say that, please. Your interference is not accurate. Your inference is not accurate. There are some other pertinent issues unknown to you. Anyway, oh, that wasn't the reply. That was the reply to some people can be fantastic. Yeah. My sister talk, you really tried. My sister talk, you really tried. Very useless somebody. Jesus Christ. They're going after it. Yeah, so I'm telling you, let's call the cap when we see the cap. Hey, Joy Girl says, see, no need to shalaye. 80% of these online in-laws don't give a F. That's the truth. Do what you gotta do to protect the sanity of yourself and your kids, and do what's right in the eyes of God. The rest of these people don't deserve any explanation. The thing is that when they're putting this out there, they don't realize they're doing shalaye. But it's shalaye. Shalaye doesn't help. Complaining doesn't help. Okay? You just over-explain yourself. Okay? Boo Boo says, marriage is wild. How do you go from 100 to 0? God, I beg. It's only marriage that they do that thing. It was only marriage that, because of the same reason, because it's being documented. So there's a whole covenant behind it. So that's a big deal. It is a big deal, but in terms of what you need to do inside, it's the same things. You nurture your relationship, you intentionally cater to particularly the emotions of the other person, because that's literally all that matters. Okay? So while you come, they drop half gist. They're calling his cap now already here. Person match you when you turn to millipede. Person match you when you turn to millipede, and one vex talk what really happened. No, they never really tell the full story. They tell their own side of the story. That's to be expected too. Them don't warn us already. Make we know they put mouth for family matter. That's true, because you don't know. You can't take one side. You can't take one side. You know, you just know that there's a 50 million side of the stories. Okay. So why you come there? Okay, truth sayer. When they call themselves truth sayer, I'm probably calling cat before they say what they have to say. But let me see. Let me see what truth sayer says. So, sister, please talk. Don't let the narrative be one-sided. Oh, okay. This man has 2 kids that is not in their lives, as he claims. It cannot be the mothers that are the issue here. Clotter says, it be like say una two go just talk, make we rest. Even social media is getting tired. Right? Even social media is getting tired, yo. You know? Anyway, I too am getting tired. You know, I see somebody inside the chat finally made it. Natu, where you did since now? What's happened? You missed a lot. You think you missed a lot, right? Anyway, do me a favor, Natu. We're gonna round up right now, but I'm gonna do this really quickly, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna round up in about a few minutes, okay? All right, welcome back. We're rounding up. So guess what I received? I received something from Natu, and I'm gonna open it. Natu, I don't know what you sent to me, but I'm opening it in front of the world. Right? Oh yeah, there's a funny enough. Pastor Kingsley is in town, so I'm doing protocol. Really? That's what's up. You should link us up. Okay. K Walisa. I'm suspecting this is you, Natu, because your name is actually not on the box. Tell the word and put the devil to shame. Is this you? Qualisa Incorporated. Is that you, Natu? Let me see what's inside. Anybody want to see? See? I'm opening up. It's already smelling. She did tell me she was going to send me some fragrant stuff. She said, yes, that's my business. Is this showing backwards? Is this showing properly? Let me see. Oh, it's showing backwards. Let me fix this. Okay, there you go. Let me fix it like this. Is that better? That should be showing properly now. You guys have been watching me backwards. Let me see. Did it work? Oh, it worked. Ah, you guys have been watching me backwards. Qualisa Incorporated. info@qualisaincorporated.com. So make sure you support her. So let me see what she has some fragrances. Let me see. This bubble did too much, though. I like pressing bubbles. She said, yes, that's my business. So type it in the chat so they can see. Okay. All right. There you go. It already smells good. Creed Aventus. Aventus? How do you pronounce that? Oh, right here. Puts it in the wrong place. Right? Oh, wow. So you're gonna need to tell us a little bit more about this. Oh, it's nice. That's one. I see that there's a couple of them in there. Kwalisa in Hausa means swag. Nice. This one is Boss Lady Vibes. Boss Lady. Post the name of the please post the name of the thing as a comment so I can put it on the screen. Not to. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Boss Lady Vibes. Okay, so this is like for a woman. Creed. I don't know the difference, but they smell nice. Let me try this. Don't make fun of me. I'm not really. I like colognes, but I don't know all the best practice of how to test them out. This is nice too. All right, so I got two. Not two. This is nice. Very irresistible. Oh, and it's already in there. It's like feeling already in there. What is this about? Not to. What is this about right now? Huh? Is this what I think it is? Oh, nice. I'll tell you which one I like the most right now. Okay, so this one I'm gonna put it to, this one is like oil. Is that what you're saying? This is oil, so it goes on the skin. Yes, it does feel like oil, but it smells good too. So I'm gonna put that to the side, small. I think there's one more here. This is nice stuff. Look. All right, what is this one? Is this oil too? This one has no labels on it. It is that oil thing is irresistible. It's the smell that's stuck in my head right now. I should put it on my ashy elbow. Right. What is this one? Natu. It's 100% perfume oil. No baby number 5. You see wala. You see wala. We don't forgive you. You have it on the screen there. Let me see here. Please support Natu at Qualisa.incorporated. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this yellow. These two yellow ones right here. Let me put that. This one here. This one here. Let me just put it inside. That baby number 5 nonsense stuff you're talking about, but I'll put it on the side for now. Let's see here. All right, I think it's this one. The Creed Adventures. No, not that one. I think it's the Boss Lady one. But is this for women only? Because it says Boss Lady Vibes. Maybe that's why I like it. Yeah, I like this. I really like that. I like this and that baby number 5 stuff. Good job. Thank you so much, Natu, for sending it. Thank you so much. So, please go ahead and support Natu. I've got a package. Thank you so much, Natu. All right, so Patricia, hey, you are late. You're late. You need to go back and watch all the way from the beginning when we're done. The beginning was fire. Yep, let me see. Villa Mama's husband. You have to spray on different spots to get individual smell. I was actually able to get the different smell. But I did put on different spots of my hand. I was able to separate them. But thank you, Jerry. Villa Mama's husband. We talked about They're all oils. Okay, they're all oils. So the white one, what was that? It has no label on it. So that's not how this. Okay, all right, Villa, you will teach me. Well, we do have our get together here, which we will be setting up an event that will bring everybody into town. Say, hey, pay attention here. Make sure you stay glued. We have a lot that we're working on. Okay, this is a true community we're trying to build. So we will be having you guys fly in. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Okay. Then you can teach me all of this cool stuff. yeah, that baby number 5 stuff. I have to separate that aside, Anyway, so let me see. Qualisa Incorporated. So please do support Natu. Let's see. Very irresistible. Is for your wife, Biko. I don't want girls chasing you at Dakon. That's funny. That's funny. Yep. So yes. She said that white one a secret mix. Oh, hey, voila. All right, thank you so much, Natu. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. You know what time it is? All right, so go check out on the page. That's the page right there, qualisa.inc. Okay, so go check out. You can also see what Natu looks like in person. Natu is flexing here on this page too. See Natu flexing. Look at Natu flexing though. I don't know if she wants me to show her face, so I won't put too much of her face on there. But there you have it. That's the page right there. So go check her out and support her beg. All right, thank you, Natu, for the support. Always, I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an awesome session. Okay, if you have anything you're promoting, I would like to support you as well. If you have anything that you're promoting, please feel free to let me know. Let's do that. All right. Zazu. It's like bone way won't break. Yeah. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I will be back here 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Today I covered how many topics? I covered about 5. I had 13. So we have a lot more to talk about. So make sure you're here tomorrow to come hang out with me late night. If you're in London, wake up early and hang out with me. You too can wake up early and hang out with me. Okay. So I appreciate you so much. What are you talking about, Latu? What did you say? Send me a DM because I have a bonus, 20 ml bonus for anyone coming from the Prestige family. There you go. If you're coming from the Prestige family, please send her a DM. Okay. And then she has a bonus bought too as well. So please go support. They were really nice, honestly. Nice. And let's see here. Don't forget, over here we talk about relationships power. Not just relationships. We don't do fairness. I think you already know what fairness is. You should play fairness with people. I don't need to teach you that, but I need to show you the other aspect of life, and just understand that there are some duties out there, okay, and you just want to win, okay. When they win, you might not win, okay. There are some Bala Blues out there.
Different from Bala Blues.
If they win, you might not win. You need to make sure you're winning, okay. You need to try your best to engage your power, okay. Power is taken, it's not given. Ladies and gentlemen of Prestige, power is taken, it's not given. With that being said, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Bye for now.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.